Today we're taking a look at the Montreal Canadiens versus Tampa Bay Lightning match, which is happening on Wednesday, June 30th, 2021, and giving you my betting tips and predictions in general on this game. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 9 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours and hours of your time searching the internet for some fake betting predictions and losing your money because of it. Join High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advices instantly. Offense was mediocre this season for Montreal and struggled in games 1-4 in the series against Toronto. They scored 2 goals or less in each of the first 4 games in round 1. They performed better in games 5, 6, and 7, scoring 3 goals or more in each of the 3 games. They continued to play well in round 2 against the Winnipeg Jets. They scored 3 goals or more in 3 out of the 4 games in round 2 to sweep the Jets. In round 3, they played a very tough Vegas Golden Knights team but defeated them in 6 games. Montreal scored 3 goals or more in 5 out of the 6 games against the Knights. Montreal scored just 1 goal in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. The Habs ended the season ranking 17th in goals per game and 7th in shots per game. Jeff Petrie was tied for 3rd among defensemen in the league with 12 goals this season. Tyler Toffoli was 7th in goals in the NHL this year. Defense and goaltending struggled at the end of the season but were very good in the first round of the playoffs against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Carey Price took over the series against Toronto. He held the high-powered offense to 2 goals or less in Games 6 and 7. He was the main reason Montreal came back from a 3-1 series deficit to defeat Toronto in 7 games. Price continued to play well in round 2 against the Jets. He allowed 2 goals or less in 3 out of the 4 games in the second round. Price was outstanding in round 3 against the Golden Knights. He allowed 2 goals or less in 5 out of the 6 games. Price struggled in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. He allowed 5 goals against the Lightning in the first game of the finals. The Habs ended the season ranking 18th in goals against per game and 6th in shots against per game. Carey Price had a record of 12.75 with a 2.64 GAA and a .901 SV% this season. The Tampa Bay Lightning 13-6 edged themselves a step closer to lift the Stanley Cup for the second straight season after winning Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final with a count of 5-1 against the Montreal Canadiens at Amalie Arena on Monday. Nikita Kucherov, 7 goals, 30 points during the current playoffs, was the star of the show, netting twice in the third period before assisting on a power play marker by Steven Stamkos, 8 goals, 18 points. Who made it 5-1 with 1:10 remaining in the game. Kucherov has now reached 30 points in consecutive postseasons, becoming just the 5th player in NHL history to record multiple 30-point playoff campaigns alongside Wayne Gretzky 6x, Mark Messier 3x, Rory Curry 2x, and Mario Lemieux 2x. Eric Cernak 1 goal, 9 points, and Yanni Gourde 6 goals, 7 points, also scored for Tampa Bay, which won Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final for the first time in its 4 appearances. Offense was rolling all season for the Lightning, and that continued in the first round against the Florida Panthers. The Lightning scored 3 goals or more in 5 out of 6 games against the Panthers in round 1. They did not perform great in round 2 despite beating the Hurricanes in 5 games. They scored 2 goals in 3 out of 5 games. Tampa only scored more than 3 goals in just 1 game in round 2. Their offensive woes continued in round 3 against the Islanders. They scored 3 goals or more in 2 out of the 7 games in the third round. Offense came alive in Game 1 of the Cup Finals, scoring 5 goals. The team finished the season ranking 9th in goals per game and 10th in shots per game. Brayden Point lead the team with 48 points during the season. Victor Hedman finished the season tied for 3rd in points and 4th in assists among defensemen in the league. Defense and goaltending were excellent for the Lightning this season, and they have continued to play well in the playoffs. They gave up 2 goals or less in 3 out of 6 games against a high-powered Florida offense. Tampa Bay gave up 2 goals or less in 4 out of 5 games against the Hurricanes in round 2. Goaltending was the main reason they were able to defeat the Canes in 5 games. Defense and goaltending continued to shine in the 3rd round against the Islanders. They gave up 2 goals or less in 5 out of 7 games. Continuing to roll in the first game of the finals, the Lightning allowed 1 goal in Game 1. The team finished the season ranking 6th in goals against per game and 9th in shots against per game. Andrei Vasilevsky had a 31-10-1 record with a 2.21 GAA and a .925 SV% this season. He has started every playoff game and has been excellent. My first betting advice is to pick. The Montreal Canadiens have been struggling to put goals in the back of the net this postseason, as they have scored the 5th fewest goals with 2.44 goals per game. They have been led by right winger Tyler Toffoli throughout the playoffs, as he has 14 points, 5 goals, 9 assists, with a pair of game-winning goals. During Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals, he finished without recording a point in 4 of his last 5 games. If he can find a way to be more aggressive and record a point, it will really help his mental state on the ice and get the Canadiens going. Montreal will look to bounce back after a disappointing showing in the opener. They only managed 19 shots in the game and were 0-3 on the power play. Ben Sherratt scored the team's only goal in the second period, his first of the playoffs. The Canadiens' defense had an off night, with Carey Price allowing 5 goals, tied for the most he has allowed in a game this postseason. Those 5 goals came on just 27 shots, which proves how little resistance they provided to the Lightning's attack. Carey Price has allowed just 2.18 goals per game this postseason, a large reason for their deep run. If he continues to struggle, this series will be over quick. The Canadiens are averaging just 2.44 goals per game this postseason. The Montreal Canadiens have been solid defensively, and it is mainly because of goalie Carey Price. He has allowed 2.18 goals per game throughout his 18 games this postseason with 1 shutout. He did not have a very good Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals against the Tampa Bay Lightning, as he finished with 5 goals on 27 shot attempts and a losing effort. If he can correct his mistakes and avoid the struggles he had during the 3rd period, it will be a huge boost for Montreal. Tampa Bay stormed out to an easy win in Game 1, dominating all aspects of the game. Nikita Kucherov led the way with 2 goals and an assist, while Brayden Point notched 3 assists of his own. Kucherov leads the team with 30 postseason points, while Point ranks 2nd with 23. In net, Andrei Vasilevsky stopped 18 of 19 shots, another solid performance. He has allowed just 1.94 goals per game this postseason. The Lightning have averaged 4.20 goals per game at home in the playoffs, second best among all teams. They also rank 2nd with a 44% success rate on the power play. The Lightning offense has been remarkable throughout the postseason, as they are averaging 3.32 goals per game throughout the 19 games they have played this playoffs. They have had their offensive load carried by the play of right winger Nikita Kucherov, as he is leading the postseason with 30.7 goals, 23 assists, and is making sure his presence is felt at all times on the ice. My second betting advice is to pick under 5. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.